kicking off the recording. I think we are recording. The board did not say though. Hello everyone. Today is Feb 19, 2025, and this is the APAC edition for SIG ContribEx meeting. Quick rules. This meeting abides by the Kubernetes CNCF Code of Conduct, which pretty much comes down to please be nice and excellent to each other. As well as this meeting is being recorded and the recording will be published on public Kubernetes YouTube channel. So if you don't want your audio or video to be recorded, feel free to turn off your cameras and microphones. With that, thank you, first of all, for everyone who has joined the call. This is great. I will share the document link again in the chat. Feel free to add yourself as attendees, although I have added almost all of you, and I think I also just added Nishita as well. So I don't have much on the agenda. I'll be taking 2 minutes and I'll just run through what I have super duper quick, and then we can take any questions or any open items we have. So, the number one I have is from the election sub project, the Code of Conduct Committee results are announced. The email is sent to the dev at the rate kubernetes.io mailing list by steering committee, and we have 3 new elected members. One of them is returning and 2 new members. So uh, yep, if you want to read more about it, I have linked the announcement email in the document. Another one that's from open discussion. So this is another FYI for anyone who is on the call, and people who are going, if you are listening it from the recording. We have another the whole Kubernetes project community wide change happening in the triage process for our issues, GitHub issues. um, Gist of it is, we there is a proposal from um, API machinery folks mostly, but it's in discussion with open discussion with the entire community, and the proposal is to not re-triage every GitHub issue that has a triage slash frozen label attached to it. Um, yeah, or I will read exactly what is it. Um, any issue that is marked as help wanted, or any issue that is marked as life cycle frozen, we do not triage. So there are two rules now, proposed rules. If any issue has a help wanted label or a life cycle frozen label, not triage frozen, sorry, life cycle frozen label, we do not. The proposal is to not triage them every year, just keep them open. um, and this is to avoid a lot of noise that is generated by the board currently as of talking, by re uh, stating the information that this thing needs to be re-triaged again, um, after an interval of, I think we have different intervals, 30 days, 90 days, and then a year, something on the line. So more information is here in this mailing list post, as well as the test infra issue, GitHub issue. So also read through the comments if you're interested. And not just this thread, we have so many others also capturing requests similar to this. So this is a long standing requirement from different parts of the project, SIG architecture as well. And now with this mailing list announcement, we are in a lazy consensus period, awaiting any like objections, feedback from the community. Otherwise, if we don't hear any such comments or objections from the community, then this is a draft proposal. It's a PR, just implementing the changes required to not re-triage the GitHub issues with help wanted and lifecycle frozen. So this is a PR once we reach the lazy consensus period. an agreement, we will merge this. So just a FYI. And the other one, we already have Nabarun on the call, so you can add more. But just an FYI, if you have worked on anything interesting during the 2024 annual year under SIG ContribEx, and you feel, or not yourself, if you feel there was some interesting work that happened during the 2024 year and should be highlighted in SIG ContribEx annual report. This is a pull request created by Nabarun. Feel free to comment your input on the pull request. That's all from me. So now I am open for any other discussion. Also, I did not ask for a new contributor introduction. So, Nishita, I know you have joined. Mohit, are you joining the SIG ContribEx call for the first time? And if you want to come on mic and introduce yourself, I should have asked it in the beginning of the call, but good time now as well.
Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Mohit and I am a final year student from India doing major in CS, and I am new in Kubernetes community and trying to contribute and yeah.
Thank you, Mohit. And if you have specific areas that you are looking to contribute to within the Kubernetes project, and maybe this is
Yeah,
the
I
place
was
to just ask those questions, and we can point you to
yeah, I
resources
was
or something.
thinking to contribute first the non-code, like particularly like SIG or like SIG ContribEx. I have joined few
Mhm.
meetings like SIG ContribEx weekly. Uh, but I was little confused, like from where should I start? Like,
Okay. Anyone else want to answer this question? Sandeep, do you want to answer this question? Because we have people here contributing to parts of the SIG ContribEx sub-projects, which are non-code contributions. Um, or I can then add. Well, I also know Sandeep has to drop for a for another engagement. So I will answer your question, Mohit. We do have different sub-projects under SIG ContribEx that are that have areas which are mostly non-code contributions, but are really, really like impactful areas. So one of the ones that I really, really like is LWKD, which is the blogs, the weekly blogs, yeah, weekly newsletter published by the Kubernetes project, uh, detailing anything and everything important, um, interesting that happened during that particular week within the project. So uh, there are a lot of people who help writing us these blogs, parts of these blogs, and that requires talking to a lot of people from other parts of the project, or reading a lot of things, understanding about them, and then getting a gist out of it and putting it in the blog. So if this is something that interests you, a lot of people talk about it in the contributor comms. Let me check the exact name of the channel, and I'll also paste an example link of such discussions. So here, this is a example thread where the current set of people contributing to LWKD are discussing which parts they want to take and what needs working. The channel is in SIG ContribEx comms, and the GitHub repo for this is um, so that's one of it. Um, Another area, another very big, very popular area uh, within SIG ContribEx is contributor comms. That has everything and everything to do with um, our social media posts, writing different sorts of blogs, not just the LWKD ones, but in general. We have a series called Spotlight Blogs, which is you or whoever is writing those blogs or helping with the content for those blogs, going to SIGs, interviewing them, getting information from them, and then making it in a blog format, making it available in a blog format, publishing stuff on Kubernetes blog website. So that's just one example. There is a lot of work that happens in the contributor comms area. So that's another area. We have moderation as well, but that requires a bit of staying in the community, building some trust, so that because moderation, people doing moderation would be having access to like elevated access to some platforms or credentials. So that is also a known code area, very very important, but is one of the opportunities for people who have, let's say, spent some time. So on the charts if you want to do that sometime in the future. um, yeah, other than that, the GitHub administration, GitHub management, that's limited to a few people right now. It's just limited to mostly contribx leads at the moment, and a few other people who are part of the Kubernetes project for a long time, because this requires like super duper elevated permission. So that's not for new contributors at the moment, but and events. So events is another sub project that requires help from the entire community to help organize events, events like maintainer summit, um, the Kubernetes track within the maintainer summit. So any event that is a community wide event, and Kubernetes project have some stake in that. SIG ContribEx tries to help there doing stuff around organizing the event. So that's another area. If any of these interests you, you can ask those questions here in these calls, or you
Like
can
I,
also
yeah,
ask. Yep,
yeah, I
go
was
ahead.
aware about the Spotlight and the KLWD, but is there any prerequisite? Like first I have to be an org member, then I only can contribute to that part.
No, 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 no. The org member is it's actually opposite, that people contribute for a for
Mhm.
like a period of time regularly, and then the org membership comes in the place. And it's not like you need org membership to do any of this that I just mentioned so far. Uh, it's more like, okay, you have spent a lot of time, contributed a lot, and then there are people who want to sponsor you. So that's not a requirement at all. You can right away get started. If you want to get started in any of these areas, just post a message that you are available, your bandwidth, what times you are available, and how much you can contribute to. uh, there are areas that people will be really really happy to take your help on.
Right. So I have to like message to the maintainer of this project, or like in Slack I can.
See, ContribEx Comms is one of the channels where you can just like post a message on anything
Mhm.
that you are interested in helping with. Uh, See, ContribEx Comms would be the channel for contributor comms, this sub project, as well as the LWKD thing I mentioned. That also comes under this only. So you can just post a message there. You have the time and bandwidth to help here, and you can, and whatever you want to help with, that should be it. Yeah, and then people can uh, tag you.
Right. So my last question is like, is there any area like related to some like design work or some like uh area around some designing some in Kubernetes? Like,
uh yes, we do have, but that's not a very recurrent thing. when during the events organization, there are a lot of opportunities for logo designs or graphic design for swags for Kubernetes events. Are you talking about that kind of designing, or it's a
Yes,
different
yes,
design?
I was talking about that.
Yep, yeah. So I don't, or maybe there is something like that already um, in discussion. So I saw some. Wait, let me give it a minute. If I can very quickly find a link for you, I will find it, because I remember a discussion around people seeking help with designing something for Kubernetes Swags. Um,
I pasted some links in the chat.
oh, okay. Yep,
Mhm.
that is the one. I would not have found it. So yes, we do have those opportunities, but these are very um, specific to the events, and not just in Kubernetes. I think similar things happen within uh, the umbrella CNCF um, as well. So yeah,
Right, I will explore that. Thank you.
no worries. And if you need help navigating any of this, maybe this call, you can come back and just have a chat, and we can try to figure out how to help you. Or you have a question that you, let's say you have spent some time reading through something and you did not figure it out. um, if it is related to contributor comms or the LWKD or this event logo design, etc., feel free to post it in SIG ContribEx comms. Or if it's a general question around any of the sub-project for SIG ContribEx, you can post them in SIG ContribEx as well.
Right.
And the last thing I will say is, since you said you are exploring SIGs right now, uh, this is a great place to learn about or read about a lot of other SIGs we have and what areas they have. So, for example, you can just open one of the folders with the SIG name on it, and then explore what sub projects they have, what each sub project is for, and so on. So that's all.
Yeah, actually, I was also like a take part in like sick dog in PR for the to add uh tags on PR some shadow program like.
Yeah, I don't have much details on the triage, yeah, shadow triage program. But if you are in InDev, um, hashtag InDev channel on Kubernetes Slack, I know there are a lot of people from India helping with the triage process there. So if you want to post a message there asking where can I read more about that, you can post that in InDev, or you can directly post that in SIG docs as well. But one thing that I do is just search through SIG Slacks for keywords that I'm looking to learn about. So maybe you would want to just also search in Slack with the
Mm-hmm.
SIG docs, shadow program, or SIG docs, issue triage, or something like that. I think you will find out some information.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, do we have anything else? And thank you, Mohit, for asking the questions and for the introduction as well. Okay. Um, Maybe another ongoing update is Maintainer Summit London is on. CFPs are closed, but if you are eligible to register, look for the registration page. Um, by the way, Nabarun, we were talking about it yesterday. Um, this is the issue I was talking about. Uh, KubeCon, new Maintainer Summit team staffing. So this is happening under the realm of SIG ContribEx. Just FYI. Sorry, off track. Um, KubeCon. Okay, while I'm doing this, feel free to come on mic if anyone has any other question. Nishita, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Actually, I'm helping in one spotlight blog with the SIG cluster life cycle, and I
Wow,
also submitted a PR for a docs change in six with the guidance of Tim from SIG
wow,
Docs. It is going
wow.
well.
Why did you not share it yourself? That is amazing. Uh, See, we were discussing about areas you wanted to contribute. I think two calls back, two or three maybe, and you are already contributing, actively contributing. Amazing, congratulations. So Mohit, since Nishita is contributing to SIG Spotlight blogs, and if you are interested in that as well at some point, you have a point of contact now.
Yes, yes. Actually, I was contributing to Spotlight blog. Like we was here with Arpit on
Oh,
steering community, but somehow due to some exam, I dropped that opportunity.
it's fine. I think I was telling this to Nishita as well. If you have to drop anything, just let them know. Just don't go. Just let people know that this is why you are going, and you will come back. So you leave the door open. That's it. An amazing news, Nishita. Thank you for sharing. Do keep
Thank,
sharing whatever new you are doing whenever you have a chance to join these calls.
thank you.
Okay. Nabarun, do you have anything else that's happening within Contribex, and we can maybe just have a note here.
Nothing is a general update.
Yeah.
Annual reports we have already talked about. So that is
Yep.
the major thing going on right now.
Yep. Nishita, can I give you a task since you are already working on the SIG Spotlight blogs? Um,
Yeah,
can you talk to the SIG Spotlight folks or other people who have contributed to SIG Spotlight blogs in the past year, um, and just ask them to look at this particular pull request? Um, this is in I will paste a link in the chat as well if you want to grab it from the chat, or it's in the agenda for today's call, Feb 19th, in the open mic discussion, the last link. We need the number of published blogs, that the number of six spotlight blogs that were published last year. So if anyone can just drop that number here in the chat, if you want to do that, that would be super helpful for our annual report. So
yes, yes. I'll drop the number. I'll check just now.
yep,
Just a
yeah,
minute.
take your time. We don't need it right now, but any time, whenever you have time. Yeah, yeah, mm, yeah. and uh, and if you can also like ping people for uh, any stats on the social media activities or highlights, as well, if there are people you are already talking to within this space. I will put a link to the message itself.
Like social media activity regarding what, which aspect regarding spotlight blocks or
So, okay, let's yeah, let's not make it complex. So, if you can just give the number of spotlight blogs and published in the last year, that would be uh, a great help. And the social media activities, I think those are something we want to get stats from platforms, like the actual platforms which we are using to publish, let's say, links
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
published blogs, etc. So I will ask Mario to give that. He might have access to those platforms. So yep,
Uh,
just the six spotlight blogs would be perfect. Or
okay.
any other blogs, if we published any other blogs as well outside six spotlight, anything uh, which were published by people from SIG ContribEx. That's it. Just
Okay,
feel free
I'll
to
I'll
publish
also
them.
put a message in the Slack channel, and I'll also check myself. Okay, I'll
Perfect.
update in the.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to just ask other people, that's also with actually my original request was that only. If you are already talking to somebody and somebody is helping you with six spotlight blogs, you can if you can ask those people to uh, just drop the number here. Yeah,
Okay,
because I
okay.
think Caslin is out this week.
Yeah, I'll ask Federico. He's the blogging lead actually. Yeah, he'll.
Perfect. Yep.
Uh, mm.
So amazing. That is good. I also got a point of contact. So if I want to ask something about six spotlight blog, I can tag him here. Thank you. Um. Okay. So back to the agenda. I don't have anything else. Uh. uh, yeah. So that's it for today. If we do not have anything else to discuss. So last check. Um. Anything else anyone wants to say, or we can wrap up for today. Cool. I'll take the silence as no
Just
more
a
stuff.
minute.
Nishida, yes.
Yeah. Actually, after I'm working on the blog, like next, what to do next? I don't know, like how to continue. Like what's next?
Okay. Uh, what's next? I think you yourself would be the best person to answer that. But I can give you some thought points on
Yeah,
um, what you can start thinking about. So I remember you wanted to contribute to the code area, and the last we talked was maybe you would want to try some reading some existing code or
yeah,
documentation on how to reproduce stuff. So if you want to do that, that would be amazing. Like I said, even I do that today because nobody knows. Nobody, not many people knows the entire Kubernetes project by heart or even like surface level. There is so much to learn here. So there is always opportunity to learn. And while we learn, like work opportunities, things to fix, things to contribute, those things comes out. So I would say think on those lines, pick up some project, pick up um, some part of the code base, explore it. If it is coding related activity, um, if it is non-code related activity, do let the people who you are helping right now know that you have the bandwidth. Tell them like you have the bandwidth for like 5 to 8 hours or 2 to 3 hours, 2 to 4 hours per week, per month, however, and tell them I am available. So please tag me on anything that needs help, and also share why are you there. Like, are you there for, let's say, growing upwards? Do you want to take more responsibilities within the SIG? So do let those people know so that they can give you work accordingly, as in, if you want to take more responsibilities in the future, they can help you do more than let's say somebody who just want to partly contribute and then partly contribute elsewhere, uh, etc. So think on those lines, and then I think that should be good enough to get started. And we can have this chat maybe next when you are trying out something new.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
but
Thank
but
you.
now, Varun, do you have anything else? This was like actually broad question, so
It very much depends, as I keep repeating, on what you want to achieve in the longer run and where do you see yourself in the community. So, depending on what you want to be, let's say 2 years later. So, I would say, like, make a vision chart for what you feel like you would be doing in a year or two. Based on that, like, you can choose your next adventure in the community. And that works out quite well if you see the long-term plan.
yeah.
Yeah,
And this might like sound overwhelming at first, but honestly, writing down things that seems very unreasonable right now, like things like you want to become a steering committee, or you want to become this and that, or you want to contribute, let's say, to API machinery, to I don't know, scheduler, controller, or the components that you don't know right now as of today, but write them, because if you will not think about those areas, you will not even like start noticing or grabbing, or like just on running terms, you will not start collecting resources to learn those. So if you have at least written them down, let's say in 2 years time, I want to be doing this, or I want a job which will be something like this. Or I, let's say I look at Nabarun, and I know he was a steering committee member, or he is contributing to API machinery, or he is contributing to KCP. I also want to do something like that. So just write down that, so that at least whenever, let's say, you hear some updates from people, you can collect those links, you can explore them at your own time. But on the other side, if we don't even write them down, then it's like a passing thought. We wanted to do this today, next day we want to do this something else, and we do not know what in like months what all things we wanted to do. We do not have any log of that. So do write down, and then take it slow, divide it into like manageable chunks. So for example, um, first you wanted to contribute, now you are already contributed to SIG ContribEx area. Like Navarun said, what do you want to achieve in like years time? Do you want to grow up to, let's say, a sub project lead position, or um, I don't know, some the blogging lead like Frederico? What are they doing? So look at them, see what they are doing, write them down, and try to repeat what they are doing. And then I think that would be good enough work to get started right away. That's one example. You can copy paste other people and make your own different vision chart. Yeah.
yes, yes. Actually, I'm learning different DevOps tools and I'm building some projects. But
Mm-hmm.
at present, I cannot. I feel like I cannot contribute to any code. But I have some vision. Like I want to do some code contributions also, but I don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to, at present I want to start with dogs, dogs and contributes. Like, but I want to stay for a long time. That's it.
Yeah, so I can tell you with very much confidence that people contribute. There are people within SIG contributes who are doing non-code contributions for years, like, and decades. Let's put it that way. But since you mentioned you want to do code, but start with docs. mm, The best thing is read code or read documentation or contribute to documentation that are technical documentation. So you will, while you are doing documentation, you are um learning the technical sides of that particular area. So, and you do not have to contribute in the first place, like you do not have to start writing documentation. Maybe write for yourself, like you said, you are already trying and testing a lot of DevOps tools. Maybe write blogs for yourself, um, mm, in a normal Google Doc, or in your text editor on your machine. Just write down the steps that you are following, and
Yeah, yeah.
maybe you can contribute it back to some your own personal website or Kubernetes blog if you are testing some Kubernetes related um, tool and so on. So start small, and then keep repeating that small, small, small. So it will eventually become very big. But keep doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Don't leave it.
I'm actually putting down things in note, like whatever new things I learn, so that I
Mhm.
should not again go back and search for those things. So,
Yep.
yeah, thank you, Priyanka, for saying all this. Thank you.
And if you're comfortable and you think those notes that you are taking will might help other people as well, to share them in Slack as well, so that those become resources for other people as well. I mean, just be
Yeah,
comfortable talking, and take your own time to do that. Don't do it because somebody else is saying it. Do it because you want to do it. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Um, Perfect. Thank you again for that question, because it's really hard to answer it with like, oh, this is a step one, step two, step three. There is no such answer. So it always forces us to think as well how we can help answer these questions better. Um, okay. So again, I will start a check if anyone wants to share, add anything to the ongoing discussion or anything else, or we can conclude the call. Okay, then we conclude the call. Let me stop the recording. And thank you everyone who are listening to us on the recording.